today we have a very interesting class. We're going to talk about the difference between so and neither. But before we start, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to your channel Inglés para tu vida. It's absolutely free. And don't forget to share this video with all the people who want to learn English. Let's start. Something that we use a lot in conversation is the word so and neither. So, how do we use this in conversations? Well, I want you to think about a conversation you recently had with somebody. A lot of the times when we talk to people, we want to contribute something to the conversation and we want to show that we agree with someone, okay? So, for example, maybe I'm talking about hamburgers. I like hamburgers. If you want to tell me that you agree with me, you can use the word so do I. We have so, a helping verb, and the person. In this case, I. Okay, so we have so do I. Let me ask you another question. Let me tell you something that I believe. I really like pizza. Do you like pizza too? If you do, when I say I like music, you can say so do I. Because you agree with me. You like music too. But this is when we use so. In a moment, I'm going to tell you more examples. What about neither? Let's see. We use neither when we are talking about something negative. Something that is different in our opinion. For example, I do not like pizza. I don't like pizza. You can agree with me and you can say neither do I. If you agree with me. Let's do some examples together. I speak French. If you want to say that you agree and you have the same experience, you can say so do I. So do I. Let me think about something else. I don't speak Chinese. I don't speak Chinese. It's negative. It has the word not. So you can say neither do I. We use so and neither when we want to show agreement to what someone is saying in one conversation. Let's look at some examples of that. So far we've talked about so do I and neither do I, okay? To show agreement to what someone is saying. What about if we want to talk about somebody else? We have so here, but we can actually change the pronoun we use when we're talking about somebody else. You can say so do you, or maybe if I say I love traveling, and maybe you have a sister who likes traveling, you can say about that your sister, so does she. So does she. If it's you and somebody else, you can talk about the pronoun we, or if you're talking about somebody else, you can talk about the pronoun they. You can use somebody's name. For example, if I say John, I live in Lima, so does John. We both live in Lima. I live in Lima and so does John. Did you notice that I did something different with the verb? Okay? The verb verb has to be in agreement with the pronoun. When we use you, this comes into you. I do, you do. For he and she, the verb in this case we call a healthy verb. We invert the verb. So does he, so does she, so do we, so do they. If we talked about John, we said so does he. Right? The point is that the pronoun needs to match with the verb, but it's inverted. What about neither? It's the same. I don't live in Mexico. Neither does Paul. Neither do you. Neither does he. Neither does she. Neither do we. Neither do they. It's important that the verb matches the pronoun. But notice that so and neither are at the very beginning of the sentence. They are in the same place. Let's look at some other examples and ways that you can use so and neither in conversations. So, we talked about that for the majority of verbs, we are hearing that somebody says, I like, I don't like, I hate, I love, I play sports. If you agree, you usually use the word do. So do I, neither do I, okay? But there are times when we don't use the verb do. We use a different helping verb or auxiliary. So, I'm going to give you some examples in which we are using different helping verbs. If I tell you, I can play football, can is considered a helping verb. It helps the word play or the auxiliary. It means the same thing. If I say I can play, can is helping the word play. If I want to use or I want to show agreement, I also play football. I need to use the same helping verb. I can play the piano, so can I. So you don't need to use the verb play. You need to use the helping verb. Usually we use do, but sometimes we have different verbs. Have a look at example number 2 to become clear. Let's think about something else you can do. I can, for example, snap my fingers. If you can snap your fingers, what can you say to the conversation? You can say, so can I. Right? I can play the violin. What can you say? If you want to add something to the conversation, you can say, so can I. So we use can a lot with so. We can also use it with neither. For example, I can't whistle. I'm terrible at whistling. I can't whistle. So what you can say, if you can't, you can agree with me and you can say neither can I. Alright? I can't swim. If you can scuba dive or swim, you can say neither can I. Let's see. Other helping verbs, for example in the present perfect, you can see have traveled. Traveled is the verb and have is the helping verb, right? This is the present perfect. I have traveled to Italy. If you have also traveled to Italy and you want to say that, you can say, so have I. The verb here is the same as the helping verb here. I have eaten spaghetti, so have I. It goes also with the negative. I have never been to Brazil. You can say, neither have I. Okay? If we are talking about the past tense, also need to change the verb. Before we talk about that, to talk about the past, we have to change the verb into did. For example, yesterday I watched a soap opera. If you did the same thing, you can say, so did I. Okay? Another example, I ate a banana yesterday. If you ate a banana yesterday, you can say, so did I. You also do the same thing if we have the verb is or are, or isn't, aren't. In this case, Mike isn't happy. Maybe I want to talk about my friend Rose, who also isn't happy. I can say neither is Rose. Alright? Or for example, I can say the main thing here is that it has to match this, and here no, because this is the negative, right? Alright. In our last example, I can't play chess, and if I can't do that the same thing, I can say neither can I. But check that here the verb is in negative, and if I use neither, this becomes in the affirmative form. Alright? Well, so that's all for today. You have to practice, and in the part of the comments you can write your own examples. Don't forget to subscribe to your channel Inglés para tu vida, share this video, and see you in our next class. Bye!